box jumps up. You have to click the word got it, and then we're ready to go. Okay. All right, so we begin sitting at the front edge of your chair, hands resting on the thighs so that your shoulders can relax, elbows can relax, hands can relax. We find our zhongjung or central upright from the tip-top crown of the head, a line straight down through the buttocks, through the chair and legs. And then breathing in through the nose, holding the breath, out through the mouth, holding the breath empty. In through the nose again, nice and full, holding the breath full, out through the mouth, holding the breath empty. So just working on structural integrity and then relaxation, softness. Just be here for maybe 10, 12 more breaths. Make them good ones. In our joint mobilization movements, slide hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades back, chest up, chin up, soft arch. And then slide both hands forward, past the knees, the chest hollows, drop the head. And again, when you're ready, sliding back, arching, sliding forward, rounding. Couple more. And then come to neutral position. Rotations, left hand forward, right hand and elbow back as you turn to the right. And then switch, turn to turn to the right. And again, turn to the left. Do that a few more times, just getting all your rotating parts to move. Remember to emphasize this idea of soft. Soft and softer, softer and softer, looser and looser. So there's a sort of polishing out, dissolving, a losing of something. That's a subtraction of something rather than an adding. So these movements, when done correctly, they release places that are chronically stuck. That's what we want to emphasize. And then come back to center. Arms hang. Just lean a little to the right. Left wrist floats up. Left foot is empty. And then switch. Lean. Remember that emphasis on soft. Learning to control the body with soft power, with hydraulics. And in the way I'm thinking of it and how it applies to Parkinson's, it's sort of like a back door. It's like Parkinson's is affecting the tension in the nervous system. And so it makes it like we're fighting to move. But I've watched it work with folks. I'm sure you felt it sometimes where you go, I am able to move this body using this soft power in a way that's more accessible in a way than when you've got that tension and that fighting that's going on in your tissue and nervous system. Let's come back to the middle and do our shoulder blades. So again, just remembering we go through these same movements so that eventually they are second nature to you. That every time shouldn't feel like the first time. You want to get to the point where you don't even have to watch me. You're just, you see what I'm doing. You go, oh yeah, I know that one. Shoulder blades. Protracting, elevating, retracting, sliding down. And then we reverse. They retract, come up, over, top, down. Under, back, up, over, top, down. Couple more. Last one. And loose. Bend your elbows. Keep them bent as you flare the elbows out and up. Bring them down, around in front, squeeze. Down, out, up. Down, around in front. Touch the elbows together. And elbows back, right? Back, down, forward, where the hands go over the shoulder, and then elbows up, the hands go sort of down the back. And then elbows forward, down, back, down, forward, up, forward, down, back, down, forward, up. One more. Elbows out to the side, palms facing the floor, one above, one below, cross, hug. So notice how, Harlan, you're stuck like this. Notice the arm that is below has to go under the armpit here. There you go. So now you can really crawl your hands around and get a sort of bear hug, and then open out to the side. Then switch. The hand that's below has to go under the arm and hug your own torso. And again, to the side. Hug. To the side. Hug. And down and release. Scoot back a little bit in your chair so you're very stable. Load, push, reload, down. Load, push, reload, down. Load and push, load, down. Push. And straighten this leg. Point, flex. Point, flexing. And then tilt the foot in, out. In, out. In, out. And circle. And reverse. Circle. And down. Switch feet. Point, flex. Point, flex. And tilt the foot a little bit in, out, in, out, in. And circle. And reverse. Circle. Now, scoot all the way forward on your chair. Step your feet a little wider apart than hip distance. You got a little extra space here. Lift your toes up. Turn on the heels so the toes are in, the knees are in, the groin is closed. And then lift the toes, turn out. Feel the open space here, the quad. And then close, open, close, open, close, open. And then back to neutral. Feet hip distance, hands on thighs, hip hinge, fold like you're bowing. Sit vertical, lean a little bit back from the hips, and then hip hinge. Sit vertical, lean back. 2 more, hip hinge. Lean back, 1 more. And vertical. Arms hang. Swing your arms forward and up a little bit, and then just drop and swing them back. We want to feel an empty quality, a loose, spacious quality up at the shoulder, chest, upper torso junction. Very important to empty that out so that we're not holding tension here and feeling top heavy. So we're emptying that out. And then relax the arms. Now swing one arm forward, other arm a little bit back. Switch, switch. So let this empty quality, now being done alternately, turn you a little bit. Just allow that little bit of a twist. A little bit of internal rotation. And relax. And then with the feet, pitter patter the feet, fast feet. So feel how your feet are empty. You're not really using them to keep you up, right? Now, arms, shoulders are loose. Slide your feet back a little bit. Fold at the quad. Shoulders and arms and head in front of the ankles. And then just push through the earth and stand up all the way tall. by going down through the earth and then being relaxed and loose. So too often when we stand up, we come up somewhere, let's say here, and then if someone says stand up straight, we kind of use muscle activity to try to get straight with the body instead of loosen everything that's extra and then just finish this process of pushing down. The hips come a little bit forward and underneath, and we get this vertical, all right, that zhong while standing. And now sitting, we keep this looseness everywhere and just hinge at the hips. The butt goes behind the heels, arms and shoulders are in front, loose. You just let the body fold until your butt finds the chair, and then tip back and notice, okay, feet are empty. And then when it's time to stand up, we pour the weight out of the chair, down through the legs, down to the earth, through the feet, and then keep it down there. Keep the weight where it belongs, down in the earth, as you stand all the way up with this loose and relaxed body. So it's its looseness that gives it this mobility, agility, and balance, which at first doesn't make as much sense. We think, oh, balance must be I'm holding myself here. Instead, it's totally being loose, totally being relaxed, yet having awareness of this zhong, this good alignment. Sitting down one more time, fold, sink. So it's that looseness that allows you the freedom of movement down. And then that looseness where you just pour the weight out of the chair, stand all the way up. And then as if you dropped your pen on the ground and you need to get it. Hip hinge back, sink like you're going to sit in a chair, dangle the arms down and try to touch the toes or touch the floor, get as close as you can, and then just push through the earth and stand all the way tall. So now think of this one a little bit like an accordion turned vertical. This accordion process in the body with all the tissue and joints is very healthy. The body wants that, it likes that, it kind of pumps and flushes and loosens up things. So stay soft and relaxed, fold, and just sink and feel this quality of kind of like a spring that's loading or an accordion that's closing, and then push through the earth and go all the way tall and long. And then again, just fold and sink. And then rise. So that's our Tai Chi squat. Keep that in mind because that shows up again later. So now here we rock a little bit into the toes. So notice how my body now has a sort of forward line, a forward angle. And then I'm back to vertical. And then when I go into the heels, I don't lean back this way. From the middle, you just move your middle back a little bit and your upper body kind of stays forward. So now I'm in the heels. And then into the toes. And then into the heels. Now we add this little swing. Toes. Heels. Toes. Swinging the arms. Heels. Swinging the arms. Toes. So ideally, every time you're doing this, you almost want to, again, think that you're releasing something that's extra. Because again, this is now challenging our general idea of how we think about balance. We think about balance as holding instead of as releasing. So try to stay released as you move through this range of motion. Now, the next time you're back in your heels, stay back in your heels, and you're going to turn your palms forward, which opens this area. Float your arms up, so you're still somewhat in your heels here. And then tipping into the toes, right? So we're kind of leaning a little bit and sweeping those arms around and out in front, palms face up. Then rock gently into your heels, and that gesture, let that bring the hands back in the upper gate. And notice how I'm coming all the way back. And then settle to the middle of your feet as your hands settle right down to belly button height. Then hip hinge. And as you sit your butt, let your arms dangle long and straight. And then just push straight down through the earth. Come back up to standing tall. Loose arms. Relax. We do it again. We rock a little bit to the heels. The arms swing open and lift. That's the first gesture. Second gesture, tip into your toes, sweeping around and get to this position. Third gesture, come back into the heels. The hands come in and slightly past mouth. Fourth gesture, settle to the middle of your feet as your hands settle to your belly button level. Fifth gesture is that squat, hip hinge, sink, release, let that accordion quality happen, and then push through the earth. Sixth gesture, back to standing vertical. Let's do it again. Movement 1, rock back and float open and lift. Movement 2, rock forward, sweep around, palms face up. Movement 3, rock back, hands come in the upper. Movement 4, settle to the middle of the feet, hands settle to the middle. Movement 5, the squat, hips go back, sink, arms go long. Movement 6, push through the earth, come back to standing. Let's do that twice more. Rock back, swing back, open and lift. Rock forward, sweeping around and reach. Rock back, bring hands in the upper. Rock middle, everything settled. Hip hinge, flow right through. Push through earth, stand. One more. Rock. 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 Bringing in. Rock, middle, settle to middle. Flow right through. And stand vertical. Shogun, wings. Now you don't need to move your chair. Your chair is fine. Keep your chair there for safety. Wings, roll, fold over top, settle, settle, settle. Hands right at the navel. Cross hands. Now a couple Qigong movements that are, again, Shenfa is this term which means body mechanisms or body technique. So we change the weight more to the right leg, reach the right hand more down, and this again, this is my left, but I'm saying right because I want to be your mirror. Your left wrist floats up, your left foot is empty, left leg is empty. And then change. So you just change the weight to the left leg, left hand reaching like there's something on the ground just out of reach that you're trying to get to. Right wrist floats up, stays relaxed, right foot is empty. Change. So the easy thing to pay attention to is what is going up. But that is not what is most important. It's the down, the reaching down, the weight going down through your standing leg. If you get that correct, that's the chunwan, or the letting the weight settle down to the earth. Then the qingling, the light and nimbleness that we need, becomes more available to us. So we just got to focus on, okay, draining it out, releasing it out, softening it out. Because basically the idea is that we're just holding weight in our body that need not be there. And that makes us cumbersome, less fluid. And as we age and as Parkinson's kicks in and other things kick in, it becomes more and more of a problem. on, this brittleness, this tension. So we're looking for that polishing out of that excess tension and that softening. And then we go for the wheel. So high hand comes out in front. I'll turn sideways so you can see. Out in front. Low hand comes a little behind, right? And then that high hand goes down. Low hand comes up like you're going to tickle your own armpit, right? So up here and then out. Wheel. Remember, it's loose. It's relaxed. So Harlan, look at what I'm doing very, very specifically. Look how my arm that's down is coming up. See where it's coming up? It's coming up under here. And then going all the way out, staying long all the way down, while the other one comes up that route, right? So it's up. And then we reverse, back, back. So this little pathway here, which is one that most people's bodies don't have open until they find it. Tickle your own armpit, go down through the space. The other arm is up, retracts, goes down through that space. So there are two wheels. And then this high hand, press straight down. As that presses down, this hand floats up. And then this high hand flattens and press down as this other hand relaxes and floats up. And then press. Whichever hand is on its way down, that's the leg you go into. So I'm changing weight leg to leg from my middle pivot. Change, 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 change. And Harlan, pay attention too, because it looks like to me you're just dropping the arm and losing, you're not paying attention to it anymore. So look at what my hand is doing. It's flat, it's pressing down. So I'm still paying attention here. As this one is coming up, I'm still paying attention to the down hand. And then when I switch, pay attention to this one. Press down. So you just dropped your hand. Look at my hand. Look at my left, look at your left hand. Press down. Keep this flat palm position. And then press the other hand down, flat palm. And then you flatten the hand and press down. And then press down. So we're having to keep awareness of these changes that are happening. And then both hands down, wing, roll, fold, settle. Just pause here, hands at the navel. And hands cross and down. And then bring your hands up, right up in front of your chest area, above the diaphragm. We open, open, and then close. Now when you close, let the elbows bend a little, let the everything kind of shrinks and closes. Right? So it's more than just the hands, it's the whole mechanism closing. And once it's closed, then you get even more effect when you open. All the way. Make sure you get all the way to the full open, reaching out to the two side walls in your space. And then just soften and relax and let there be this quality of consolidating and settling. Now, as you open, go into your right leg. I'm going into my right leg. So I'm going this way. You go that way into your right leg as you open. Big open. And then go into your left leg as you settle. All the way in. Small. Very small. And then from small all the way to as big and expanded, open, and then all the way to soft and settled, small. Two more. Inhaling naturally occurs here. Exhale naturally occurs as you bring hands together, hands together. So yeah, Alan, just touching, just lightly touching the hands here. Yeah. Open into your right leg as you open, left leg. Bring your hands below the diaphragm, above the navel. Now staying at that level, open and close. Going into your right leg as you open, inhaling naturally. Exhale. In. Exhale. Just leisurely, 100% in one leg, 0 in the other. Leisurely, 100 in the other. Emptying. Just alternating while opening and closing. One more. And then drop hands below, right in front of the groin area. Swing them open as they can go. And then just softly settle. And then open. Softly consolidate. Open. Close. Open. Now, with this same general rhythm, as you close, bring your right hand over top of the left hand. So cross the wrists, lift. Now, go into your right leg, so that should be that way. Open, big open, all the way to this open position. Stay open as you come down. And then closing in front, right arm on the outside. Stay crossed as you lift, so you're still closed. And then as you go into your right leg, you open. I'm going to turn around just so it might make it easier so you can find this sort of quality. This closing, right arm on the outside, cross, stay crossed as you lift the arms. And then opening. Stay open as they come down. Right arm on outside, close. Stay closed as you lift. This is called opening heaven, closing earth. Again, lift, open, down. Keep that flow going. See if you can just keep that sort of circular quality. There's a sort of agreed upon idea that the chi flows up the left, down the right, up the back, down the front in general, in a healthy flow. And so that's why some of these exercises are asymmetrical, right? Where we're always closing in the left leg, opening as we go to the right, because we're allowing that flow up and over, and then we're allowing that flow down. Now, reverse the movement. Go into your right leg, open, lift. Now go into your left leg, close. And the key to this one is, so you're here, you're long, close the hands down like this, stay far away as you bring the hands down. That's to
combat the fact that we normally kind of bring it down and we shorten everything. We bring it in. So we want to go far away down. Then open. Go into your right leg as you open. Come over top as you go into your left leg, closing heaven. Opening earth. Closing heaven. Stay far away with the tips of the fingers as you come down. Open. Close. 3 more. Open. Going into your right leg. Close. Into the left leg. Down. Open. Close. 1 more. And wing, roll, fold over top, settle, pause here, hands right at navel height. Just doing nothing. And then hands cross and hang them down by your side. Now, a little rock into your toes. Into your toes, swing forward a little bit. Rock to your heels, swing back. So now we're doing our 13 energy practice that we've been doing the last few weeks. Rock to your toes, float up. That's called pung, the rising expression of the energy. Now, rock back to your heels and slide back. And then settle just a little bit down, just a little. Now they're loaded up, stored up to express the forward direction, which is called G, J-I. So rock into your toes and slide those hands forward. Turn your palms to face each other. Stay far away as you come down, come under, and now there's that path that we looked at. Up, under the armpit, wrists relaxed as you go forward. Then sinking, right? Sinking, but as you do, the hands change and then follow. It's called Lu, or this guiding, sliding back quality or expression there. And then again, pung, slide back and settle, just like we did. And then on this one, heels of hands lead, pressing straight down, but it's more like a sinking than it is, let's say, like tension and pushing. It's more like a sinking quality all the way through. And then this little squat, hips back a little bit, sink, and then rise back to standing. We do it again. So it's rock forward, arms swing a little forward. Rock back, arms swing back. Then it's pung to G, or pung rising. Then we got to slide back and settle, which is storing up, to then issue forward. G. Turn the palms to face each other. We stay far away. Just let this be like a releasing. And now we come up this back path under the armpit, wrists relax. This is all to get us ready for Lu, or down and back sliding. And then again, that same gesture of pung, slide back and settle. And then it's the sinking, 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 sinking. But notice I'm not bending and putting my butt back, but there's this buoyancy. So I'm not squatting, but I am settling through the whole body, letting there be this release. But the arms go all the way down. And then relax the hands, hips hinge back, and we do that little sink through to let everything out. And stand. Let's do it again. Rock forward, swing a little forward. Rock back, swing a little back. Pung to G. Pung. Slide back and settle. G is forward. Stay far away, palms face each other, come down, under, up the backside, under the armpit, out. Loo. Rocking a little back. Rocking forward, pump. Slide back and settle, and then on, or the sinking. And then total song, soft, supple, loose. Everything down through the earth, coming back up with nothing extra. And then again, we rock, swing forward. Rock, swing back. Pung. Slide back and settle. G, forward. Stay far away, come under. Up, under that armpit, out, over top with relaxed wrists, and then blue. Pung again, rising. Rock back, slide back, and settle, and then on. Sinking to the middle, through the middle, and a little Tai Chi squat. Rock a little forward. A little back. Pung to G. Pung, rise. Rock back, slide back, and settle, storing up to then go G, forward. Stay far away as you release. Come up, under, out, over, and Loo. Pung to on. Pung. Slide back, settle, and on. Sing. And then sung. Release. Now, from this standing position and from your middle, change your weight to your right leg, turn. So think of this like a wind-up toy. You're storing up potential energy to then be expressed, and then just change sides so that you're stored up on the other side. Change your weight to your left leg, turn from your middle pivot, your hands go over that. Right? That other foot is empty. And then chain. And chain. And chain. Now, here we are. We're stored up. Turn your left foot, which should be empty, turn it out a little bit, just toes out. And you can think of the left side of your room as the front. That's your new direction that we're heading. So you start to rise with pung, and then shift and turn, and the backs of the hands kind of go across and out. And they get all the way to the end. And then drop the arms, and we come back to our wind-up position, ready to go, right? So we're stored in the leg, we're turned a little to the right, the arms are loose and relaxed and buoyant, and then we're going, okay, pung, rising, shifting, turning, let it like a wave get all the way to its end, to the tips of the fingers, and then just release. Let the arms fall, come back to your ready positions, released, sort of pliable, elastic place from which we then go and issue and release. Down. And again, pung. Now in the 13 energy form here, the next move is Loo, or the guiding sliding back. So first, let's get to the ready position. Swing the hands under, come up to this corner. Now turn your left palm up, right palm stays facing down. The hands are going to go on a down and diagonal kind of gesture, but we're going to do that with the shift and the turn. So it's shift and turn, and make sure you let it finish all the way. Now swing under and just come up to this corner again, so you're in the stored or ready position, left palm facing up, right palm facing down. And then issue, guiding, sliding, down and across. Loose, relaxed, everything empty, just float up to this corner, left palm facing up, right palm facing down. Guiding, sliding. One more. Swing under. Up. Turn left palm up, right palm facing down. Loop. Now, change sides. So left foot pointing forward, shift and turn and get to this loaded ready position and turn your right foot out a little bit so that that's our new front. Pung. So this is rising while shift turning. That's what makes that gesture finish all the way up here. And then just drop the arms, come underneath, go back to your loaded ready position. So right foot should be empty, empty-ish. And then pung, this rise, flooding all the way to the tips of the fingers, letting it finish, and then let it stay far away, long, down under. Get back to your stored ready position and pump. Stay far away so you don't cut it across. Long. Everything's long. Everything becoming more pliable, more buoyant. Long. Loose. Space. We're cultivating interior space. That we're less heavy, less rigid, less bound, less internal conflict, more guiding, sliding, looseness. Now, swing under, come up to this corner. Now we are storing, turn right palm up, left palm down. We're stored up for loop. So this is guiding down and across, and make sure you let it all the way finish. Then we come under, up to this corner. Turn your right palm up and loop. Down, across. Come under. Turn right palm up. Guiding, sliding. Down and across. Under. Turn. Guiding, sliding. Now, change sides. So that's this casual, leisurely change. But now we're all loaded up on this side, right? So you should be 100% in your right leg. From your middle, you're turned a little bit that way. Your arms are this way. Now, pung. So we go pung, rising up to this corner. And then from here, turn left palm up, right palm stays facing down. Loop. So we're just putting those back to back. And then change sides. So you just relax, change sides, turn your right foot out a little bit, and we go pung this way. Pung. Turn right palm up, left palm down, and loop. Guiding down and across. Change sides. Shift and turn all the way to your right side. We're going to pung to the left. Rising, flooding, 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 flooding up to that corner. Let it finish to the fingertips. Turn left palm up. Blue, like the waves sliding back from the shore. Change sides. Under. Turn right foot out a little bit and pung. Turn right palm up, loo. Chain. Pung. Loo. Chain. Pung, loo. Chain. One more. And now, working on the footwork. We started this last week. So turn your right foot out, change your weight into your right foot, step your left foot a little bit forward towards the camera. So this is now your front, right? My front, your front. And just change your weight into your front leg. Just kind of casually into your front leg, casually into your back leg. Now you're going to step this foot sideways with the toes turned out and change and turn your body and step your right foot a little bit forward. And then change your weight casually, kind of leaning into that right foot and then changing back and side. So there's 8 movements and 5 energies in this little form. 5 steps. So turning to your right, that's one of them. Forward stepping energy. You're stepping and the weight is going into that front leg. The backward moving quality, that's a different one, right? Then the turning to your left is considered a 4th energy. And so where's the 5th one, right? Because then again, we're going forward, we're going backward, we're going to one side. So the 5th one is the middle. And the middle shows up the whole time. So as you step forward and kind of go into your front leg, you got to find middle. And then as you go back, you find middle, right? That's that stability. Turning to the side, find middle. Step the other foot forward, go into the front foot forward, find middle. Back, find middle. Turning. Now, here we are. You got your left foot in front. We're turned to the right. Now let's get the movement of pung and loo involved. So have those arms down by your side. You're turned. You're sort of in the wind-up position. Now, as you shift into your front leg, like we were just doing, add to that pung all the way towards the front. Then turn your left palm up. Your right palm stays facing down. As you go into your back leg, loo, all the way there. Then as you turn, you do that little change position. Get all the way to this side. Your hands should be a little behind you, away from the camera. Your waist is turned. Step your right foot forward. Now we're wound up, loaded up to go pung to the front. Turn your right palm up, left palm is down. Loo, guiding back, back and across. So you should go back to this turned position. And then we change. So you're stepping, right? Stepping and turning. Your arms get behind you. So you're wound up and stored up, and you step forward and go pung to the front, to the front. And then turn that left palm up. And again, this is the relationship. It's a little harder to see here, but back away from the camera, right? So you're going back and turning, back and turning. And then from this position, side, Change side, step your right foot in front, pung to the front, loo, back, back. So Miguel, bring it all the way back. All the way back. So you should have this front foot now empty so it can step and change. And now this one has to fill as you turn all the way this way and step the left foot forward. And then the wave washes forward. The wave comes all the way back, 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 so that you can step sideways, come across, and then step forward and the wave's got to come back. Turn. Turn. Now, come back to center. I'm just going to teach in the last little bit that we have this. It's called lié. One hand going down while other hand is going up. Do that again. So this is the stored position for lié. Relax. Lié. Again. Lié. Meaning split. Lié. Now switch. Left hand on top, right hand below. One on, one pung becomes lié. You turn to the stored and ready position. Your left hand high, your right hand low, and then one pung, one on, passing by each other, right? You can imagine this in a martial arts situation. Someone's pushing the wrist down and the elbow up, right? Going ba, like that. So, but this is also a mechanism inside our body that we are finding, right? Again, lié, one down, one up. But feel how they're related. They're not just two separate movements. They're a function of this whole mechanism, right? So that's that Shen Fa idea. It's creating something in our body, right? This down, up. So that's called lié. Now, turn your right foot out, shift, and we've got, let's see, this. So now your back hand is high. Put your left foot in front, left hand is low. Shift, lié. Shift back, hands come back to here. So this will all make sense as we go. I just want you to get a feeling of this movement of lié. So we time it with, as you're changing weight into that front leg, one on, one pung. So now this next thing we're going to do, so you got that lié in your mind, this next transition is really important. So now your left hand out in front, bring it back, point to the room behind you, come over top, point forward to the front of the room. So as you point behind you, the weight goes into your right leg or your back leg. And then as you come over top, it goes into your front leg. So I'm going to turn sideways so you can see I'm going into this leg, and then I'm going into this leg. And the waist is turning and turning. So Miguel, go the other way. Go the other way with the hand. You're going underneath and back, up over top, and then point forward. Okay? So now with that same movement, come back. Now right here, as the hand comes over the top, step to the side. So here's the hardest part to get to, right there. So just pause and watch the screen for a second. Don't change where you are. Don't change where you are. Just watch. Under, over top, turn. Now here, with this hand high, this hand low, this foot forward, we're ready for lié. So one on, one pung, lié. And then shift back, shift into that front leg, one down, one up. Shift back, shift a little forward, lié, or splitting. Back, splitting. Back, splitting. Now let's do that circle on this side. So it's going to be your right arm goes forward, long, out in front of you. Bring it under, point to the back of the room. Come over top, point to the front or back to the camera. And then turn and point behind. Bring it up over top, turn and point forward. So your weight goes into your left leg or your leg that's farther away from the camera. And then as you turn and point forward, it goes into your right leg, into your right leg. So you should be changing the weight. And all this just happens naturally over time. But a lot of times we're holding our body in some way that limits this naturalness. Now, let's do the next part. So you go back, you come up. Now right here, your right foot should be empty. You do that side step and bring the hand over top. Keep it up high. Step that empty left foot forward and lié. So we go shifting. That high hand is going down. The low hand is coming up. That's lié. So your right hand should be pushing down, down. So Alan, yeah, down and up. Do that again. Shift into your back leg. This hand high, this hand low. Lié. And also, Alan, your hand is way out there in close to your body. Your right hand, close in, like this. Here. And also, they don't go as far as you think. So Alan, I'll just use you as an example. You're going like all the way here. Notice how mine are staying somewhat in the same region with each other. They're staying in concert with each other. Yeah? Okay, let's just try that one more time, this chain. So we've gone lié. So now your left hand is high, so it naturally can just fall, circle, point to the back. As it comes over top, side step with the left foot. And now we're prepared with one hand high, one hand low, step your right foot forward to go lié. Boom. And then this hand is up high and somewhat out in front, so we just extend it long and circle, up, side step, and then the left foot comes forward, one hand pressing down, other coming up, right? So this will be confusing, right? I can see it's confusing for most of you, if not all of you, but just want to plant this seed for this little flow, this little movement flow. There's the three final movements here of the set have this little leg work, footwork flow. So it's circle, up over, side step as you turn and prepare, stepping forward, and then one down, one up. And this is one of the most enjoyable flows that you can do once you get through the sort of what the hell are we doing kind of thing. And so I just wanted to introduce this today. One more. So it's this circling back. Your weight goes into your left leg. And then you side step and turn. Now your left foot is empty, and so it can step. And then you go into it and lié. And then it's your left hand that circles underneath and back, up over top, turn sideways. So you turn sideways. So now your belly button should face forward. Right foot is empty. It steps forward and lié. Right, lié. And then now it's your right arm that goes circling under, up, over. Your right foot is empty, so you can step it and turn. You turn enough so your left foot's empty, so you can step it forward and yeah. And the other thing, now just pause and watch me do this. So I'm doing this big variation of it, but over time, it becomes this smaller version, right? And so in martial arts terms, someone's grabbing the wrist, you're going long, over top, bang like that. But if we only do it this way, we actually keep ourselves very compressed. And so that's why these forms, we do long, open movements to get all the space and all the mechanisms moving together. And again, even though I use the martial art application, that's not what we're here to do, right? But the point is, these movements are very functional movements, but they're also very therapeutic because they're training us in our internal mechanics. Turning, coming over top, changing, right? This idea. So anyway, let's finish with 3 of these sync chi wash organs. So up and over, bring in the upper gate, wash down the middle, little Tai Chi squat. Right. And then again, rock back, open and lift. Rock forward, rock back, settle. One more. Just kind of a chi reset, kind of cleanse the palate. Get any place that we're sort of stuck in any little loops, we just clear that out completely. And then shogun, wing, roll, fold, settle, and seal, right where the navel is, go. All right, thank you, everybody. Well done. Have a marvelous new year. If there's any final questions, feel free.